This is Ayman here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred here in Sheffield with the one and only Campbell Hatton as he prepares for his bout this weekend. First of all, Campbell, how's life treating you?
Yeah, really good, mate. Really excited for this weekend. It's not been that long, but we've had a little bit of a rest and it feels like we've not done this for ages, so just dying to get in there now.
Campbell, before we get into the boxing, how are the City doing? Made some transfers, ready for the season?
I think we'll be unstoppable next year. I think, obviously not judging off the Charity Shield the other day, but I think like last season we was like a right force then, but the one thing that we're missing was that goal scorer up top, and I think bringing Haaland in, as well as the other signings like Alvarez, I think he's the one that's going under the radar a little bit, and he's going to be a star himself, and I just think like that missing piece, we've filled it now, and that's it. Going to smash it all.
Haaland going to hit the ground running. How many goals do you think he'll get this season?
I reckon he'll do 20, 25 in just the Premier League. I reckon he'll be on fire.
Let's bring this back to you then, Campbell. Campbell, talk to you about training with the uncle, getting ready, progressing. A lot of people have got their eyes on you in terms of you as a fighter and seen your progression. How do you feel you progressed within this year?
Yeah, it's been. I've never had a bad camp, but this one's been by a country mile the best one. We've had a little bit of time out where I just recharged the batteries. Towards the back end of my last camp, just slowly started feeling the year creeping up on us a little bit, where I had 7 fights in just over a year. So I just had a short little break, and I've come back full of energy, and we seem to have slipped a few gears. So just looking forward to showing everyone the improvements I've made.
This weekend you take on Mikhail Dufek, who's vastly experienced, winning record, fought a lot of fighters there. How will you kind of approach this one in terms of him as your opponent?
Yeah, we've not approached it any different than we normally would. We worked just as hard as always, because we never cut any corners or anything like that. Obviously this time, because he's a bit more ambitious and he's like you said, he's experienced, there's a little bit more to work with in terms of a game plan, where sometimes if you get some of the journeyman type fighters, there's not a lot that you can work off. So I think it'll bring the best out of me. Like in spars, when I'm sparring good opposition, like the better the sparring I'm up against, the better I perform generally. So I think this is the type of thing that will bring the best out of me. We saw when I boxed Joe Ducker, he'd come with ambition and had a winning record, and that's probably my best performance to date. So I think it's going to be the same type of thing this week.
And with the win at the weekend, obviously not looking too far past it, but do you reckon you'll be out towards the end of the year before that?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd hope to get out more than one more after this. In an ideal world, we've finished the year 10 fights in.
Oh, sorry, no, I thought we had a bit more there. No worries. Let me get your thoughts on a couple of things. First of all, your dad, his fight with Barrera got cancelled. Hopefully it's getting rearranged. What's the latest with that? Do you know?
Just what everyone's heard really. It's going to get put back to November. It's still going to happen, and just gives him that little bit longer to prepare for it. Obviously he's looking so well. Everyone's been commenting, saying how much weight he's lost and how much better he looks now. He's got himself in shape, and it's just that little bit longer to get even better.
You sparred your dad not so long ago. How was that spar? Take me to it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird experience.
Did you ever think you would?
No, not really. I thought that obviously we did it when we was younger, but when I was younger, and I thought like now, obviously he was retired and he was enjoying his retirement, as you could see. But but when he got the weight off and he said he wanted to do it, I was looking forward to it, because I'd seen how well he was looking and how he looked on the bag, and it surprised me just how fit he was. I knew the boxing brain and the sharpness would never leave you when you've trained for that many years, but he had a solid 6 rounds in him where I didn't hold anything back, where I wanted to try and push him, and he managed to dig in for the 6 and was well prepared and showing a lot of fitness.
You're the younger one. Where did you have the edge over him in the ring?
Yeah, when I was boxing and moving, obviously I had that little bit of youth and sharpness on my side, but obviously dad and son getting in there for a spar, could have done it in a phone box really. I'd have probably been better off keeping my distance.
I just want to get your thoughts on a couple of things. You're quite an interesting person to get your thoughts on this one. Talk about Benn-Eubank happening. Those two are obviously sons of legends, like you are sons of legends. Your thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, I think obviously it depends on how the contract works out, obviously with regards to if there's a rehydration clause and what weight the fight will be at, but I'd have backed Conor to win that if it happens. I think if it's light, I think it'll take a lot out of Eubank to get down to that, where the rehydration clause would just make that worse for him. And I think Conor's, even though he is a welterweight, I think he definitely hits hard enough to cause anyone trouble. So especially a Eubank that would probably be a little bit drained. So I would, and I think Conor's like his low head movement, and I think he'd be quite hard to hit for Eubank. So I'd have gone with Conor winning that.
Two final questions from me. First of all, Usyk AJ2 is fast approaching. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think it's a massive ask for AJ, but I do think if he gets it right, if he gets it right, he's definitely in with a chance of winning, a good chance. I think it was clear he got it very wrong the first time round, where he tried boxing the boxer, and I think you've got to treat the second one as a bit of a different fight, where you've got an aggressive AJ coming forward. So I think, like you say, it could work both ways, where he could walk onto something by being too aggressive, but you've got to get it right to have a chance. But if he does get it right, I do think he could do it.
And talk also, Tyson Fury potentially coming out of retirement and fight, taking on Derek Chisora. Your thoughts on that one? A trilogy fight that would be?
Yeah, I think it'd draw a lot of interest, because obviously Derek's shown he's got that heart, and that he is a warrior, isn't he? But I think we've seen that twice already, and I think it's a fight that you pretty much can predict the outcome of it. But like you say, it's always an interesting fight with Derek, and since his last fight with Tyson, he's sort of turned his career around to like the War Chisora, and yeah, it'd be an entertaining one.
Campbell, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. All the best for the weekend. Thank you for speaking to Box to Socials.